Good morning, YouTubers. Happy Sunday to you. I just wanted to do a quick video um, talking a little bit about seasons of loneliness that we experience and my own personal experience with it was just wanted to touch on that. One of the loneliest times of my life was when I was coming into my full relationship with Christ, when I completely walked away from the life of sin and entanglement in the darkness, and when I fully submitted my life to Christ and totally repented, and my life was changing drastically. It was also the loneliest time in my life that I can remember. But I think God had a purpose for that. It was, I had always been surrounded by lots of people. You know, I had tons of friends, a lot of social engagements. But that was the time that I was the most disconnected from God. So I feel like, and maybe this is meant for someone, I didn't understand it at the time, but in that coming into my true relationship with Christ, although it was one of the loneliest times I can remember in my life, it was the time when I drew near to God, and He became my source. He became my everything, my best friend, my father, my, everything. And I found my peace in Him, and developed a very deep relationship with Him. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're going through one of those times in your life where you feel completely lonely, and sometimes you can feel lonely when you're surrounded by people. I went through a season of that as well. Like, I just didn't quite fit in. And you're going to find that as you progress in your relationship with Christ, you fit in less and less. So I think that's par for the course. But God, I feel like, lets us go through times like that of loneliness to draw us near to Him, so that we learn to rely on Him to fulfill our needs, and to be our comforter and our restorer and our healer and all of those things, and less reliant on people. Because people are going to disappoint, people are going to let you down, people are going to, not intentionally, but you cannot rely on people the way you can rely on God. God is never going to change. He's always going to be everything the Bible says that He is, and you can count on that. You can't count on man, okay? So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having friends. Of course, we want friendships. But if you're in that season of feeling lonely and kind of, like you don't fit in, or you just don't seem to be able to connect with people, take that time to draw near to your Creator. That's what I did, and it was one of the most beautiful times in my life. And I still find that I don't quite connect with people anymore on a deep level. I have a handful. The majority are family, of course, but even some family members I don't seem to connect with as much. But your true value in this life Your true worth is never going to be found in a person. It's only going to be found through your relationship with Christ. So embrace those times of loneliness. Draw near to your Creator and seek Him in those times, because that might be why He's letting you go through a time like that, is because He wants you to come to Him. So I would encourage you to do that today. From my own experience, it was a beautiful healing time in my life when I just about had nobody but Him. And it was a process, but I learned that that was what I needed more than anything or anybody else, was to be close to Him. He brought the comfort, the healing, the restoration, and then I could be a better person to the people in my life once I kind of went through that season of isolation and what you would maybe call loneliness. It was necessary to bring me into the fullness of who I am today. So anyway, hope you got something out of this. It was just something that was on my mind this morning, and I thought, well, somebody must need to hear this, or I don't know, maybe I needed to be reminded of it again. So I hope you have a blessed day, and I will be back soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.